Okay, today I'm going to create a Pokeball in Autocad using spheres and cylinders. So to start with, I'm going to create a sphere with a center point of 0, 0 and a diameter of 3 inches. Next, I'll create a box with the first corner set to -2, -2, -0.125. And for the other corner, I'll set that at 4, 4, 0.25. And that will create a box that's 4 inches by 4 inches by 1/4 inch thick, which you can see if I switch to realistic visual style and orbit around. You can see that the box is right on the center point of the sphere. So next I'm going to subtract, and I'll select the sphere first, hit enter, and select the box and hit enter, and that will remove the midsection of the sphere. Next, I want to hollow out the sphere, so I'm going to come back here and select another sphere, center point 0, 0, with a diameter of 2.875. Then I'll subtract again. I'll select the larger sphere, hit enter, select the smaller sphere, and hit enter. Now, to make the rest of this modeling operation a little bit easier, I'm going to rotate my UCS so that my XY plane will be flipped vertically with Z coming out here to the left. So I'm going to start the UCS command. I can come down here and click X, or I can just type X. And then for the rotation angle, I'll do 90. And now you can see my XY plane is here vertically with Z coming out to the left. Now I'm going to create a cylinder at 0, 0 with a diameter of 1 inch. And then if I drag my cursor out here in the Z direction, I'll set the height to 2 inches. And now again, I'm going to subtract. I'll select the sphere first, hit enter, select the cylinder, and hit enter. Now I have this shell with the cutout, but it's all one object, and I want it to be 2 separate objects, so I'm going to come up here, select separate, click on the shell, hit enter, and now I have 2 separate objects. So I'm going to select the upper half, come over here to my properties palette, and I want to put that on the upper layer. Select the lower half, and I'll set that on the lower. Now I want to create another sphere. I'll set the center point at 0, 0, diameter at 2.875. Now I want to put a flat spot inside this cutout here. So I'm going to create a cylinder, and for the center point, I want it to be on the same center point as this inside arc here. So I'm going to hold down my shift key and right click, and then choose center and hover over this inner arc. Make sure you don't hover over the outer arc, because that's going to give you a different center point. So you hover over this inside arc, and you can see the center point gets highlighted there. So left click, I'm going to set the diameter to 1 inch, and then drag out in the Z direction, and I'll set the height to 2 inches. And then I'll subtract again. Select the sphere first, then select the center, and now I have a flat spot. Now I'll put this sphere on the 3D body layer. And I'm going to create another cylinder. And for the center point, I'm going to put it right on the center of this flat spot. For the diameter, I'll do 0.75. I'll drag out in the Z direction and set the height to 0.063. Now I need to turn this cylinder into a tube. So I'm going to temporarily hide these other objects. And then I'll come up here and back to the 3D tools, and I'll select shell. And you can see next to my cursor, it's asking me to select a 3D solid. So I'll select the cylinder, and now it says remove faces. So I'll select this front face, and I'll select the back face and hit enter. Now it wants to know the shell offset distance. So I'll type in 0.094, hit enter, and then exit out of this, and now I have this tube. And now I can come back up here and turn these layers back on. And I'll put this on the 3D ring layer. Next, I will create another cylinder. And again, I'll use the center point of this flat spot. For the diameter, I'll type in 0.562. Drag out in the Z direction, and for the height, I'll do 0.125. And I'll put this on the 3D button layer. And that's about it for the modeling. The only other thing I want to do is chamfer and fillet all the sharp edges. So I'm going to hide the button and the body layer temporarily. Then I'll start the chamfer command. And for the distance, I'm going to set that to 0.008 for both distances. And then I'll just go around and select the edges that I want to chamfer. And I'm going to do the inside edges as well because I want to export this over to Blender. And chamfered edges and fillets help to prevent shading issues over there. So I'm going to chamfer all these edges, and I'll be right back when I'm done. Okay, I'm done with all the chamfers, and I turned all the layers back on. And now I'm going to run the fillet command. And I'll set the radius to 0.03, and then click on this edge right here to give the button a nice rounded edge. Next, I'm going to rotate my UCS back to how it was when I started, so I'll type in the UCS command. I'll type W for world, and now the UCS is back to normal with the Z pointing up. And then the last thing I'm going to do is set the facet res variable to the maximum of 10 so that it makes the model all nice and smooth. And that's about it. If you want to export your model to use in Blender, I have another video that covers everything you need to know about that, and I'll put a link to that video in the description below. And that's about it for this one. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and post them below. And as always, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.